I'm training back and shoulders today. I'm just taking my pre-workout. I've just had my pre-workout meal as well. Currently, I am having this order pre-workout, only half a scoop because it's like crazy strong, and I don't really need 450 megs of caffeine in one go. That's how much caffeine there is in one scoop of this. So I only have half a scoop and then a full scoop of Big Noise pump powder. So yes, I will be ready to get some amazing pumps for my back and shoulder session. I hope I get a good pump. I may not get a good pump because my carbs and calories have been crazy dropped, and I will talk about it later a little bit more. But yes, I'm running on low calories right now, so I may or may not get a good pump. I believe I still will have an amazing workout either way. So yeah. Vitamin D in between sets when I train in my garage gym. It's currently winter in Australia, but I'm in Perth, and sometimes we have nice days like that, and it's amazing, and I'm so blessed to be able to train with my garage door open and the sun shining on me, because I am deficient in vitamin D. So it's great that I get to have some sun and enjoy this amazing weather when it does come by. It has been raining for the past few days, and I think it's gonna rain all of next week, but let me just soak up as much sun as I can right now. Don't judge my knife skills. I am not freaking Gordon Ramsay, but you know, I can kind of make chicken breasts taste sort of good. So even though the pieces are all somewhat different sizes, protein is protein. Sorry to anyone if you are vegan or vegetarian. But here, look at my chicken boobs. So they're kind of plain right now, but I am going to do a Vietnamese style. So this is what I'm using for the base. It's just literally like a shot like this. I'm gonna use a whole tub of this, and then I'm gonna add a few little extra bits. So pretty much what's in here, so you can kind of make this paste yourself if you can't buy it, but if you can buy it, it's just so much easier. I get it from like Woolies. I'm pretty sure you can get it from Coles. If you're not from Australia, then I don't know, find something similar. But basically what's in there is water, lemongrass, chili, sunflower oil, garlic, salt, a little bit of sugar, coriander, shallot, thickener, ginger, kaffir lime leaf, lime juice, galangal, and yeast, coriander powder, and white pepper. So I'm pretty sure you can make your own, but I'm busy, I'm lazy, so this is what I'm using right now. And just pretty much put it in there and stir it in. Next, I'm just gonna sprinkle some curry powder. You don't need to put too much because obviously we already have the paste from before. So obviously because it's like a good amount of chicken, we need to add like a little bit of extra to coat everything. So that's why I added a little bit of extra curry powder just because it's low calorie. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of this light sweet chili sauce. Again, just to coat lightly, and that's pretty much my chicken done. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to season 2 of my road to my pro debut. So let's give this another shot. In case you are new to my channel, I tried to pro debut this year at the Arnold Classic Australia. I was invited, I was ready, and then 1 week out, Corona just flipped the world upside down and competitions got cancelled, gyms closed, and yeah, everything just went up in smoke. So now, since things are starting to get better, as of 2 days ago, I have started prep, and I am now about 16 weeks out from my first proposed show. Now, at this point in time, it is still very up in the air, but I have plans to do hopefully the New Zealand show, Australia Pro show, which is still yet to be announced. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for that. If that goes through, I think that will be in Queensland, Australia, together with the amateur nationals. So I would really like to compete in Australia and do that show. So I'm really hoping that will go through. And before the whole coronavirus situation happened, I was supposed to get married in July, and then I was supposed to come back from getting married, start prep, and I was going to start trying to qualify for the following year's Olympia from the Asia shows. So I was planning to do Singapore in November. There was also Japan in November, and there's also Thailand in November. So at the moment, I don't have plans to go to Japan because not feeling confident about going there at the moment, just not really sure what the situation is and things like that. And I've been to Japan before. It is quite complicated to travel and stuff like that, just because Japan's quite big. So when you actually land in the main airport, it's actually quite far away from like Shinjuku and stuff like that, which is where people normally are at, Harajuku, just like the main area, and Tokyo is also far away from that. So basically everything is just kind of really far away. Anyway, so because of that reason, it's going to be hard to travel on prep, and everything's really expensive. Hotels there are crazy expensive. It's going to be hard to find a place with microwaves, and it just all sounds a little bit complicating and overwhelming. I much feel more comfortable competing in Singapore and Thailand. I've been to both those places before. Love both those countries, and I would really like to go there. So yeah, so those are my plans with regards to what shows I'm aiming for. Again, as of yet, until they officially announce that the borders are opening, nothing is set in stone, because I'm from Perth, Western Australia, and at the moment there is no shows here for me whatsoever. So I'm really just prepping blind at the moment. You would think I learned my lesson, but I really haven't. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of June, and like I said, I'm 16 weeks out for my first proposed show, which would be, I believe, New Zealand in October. So that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm prepping for. I've been prepping for 2 days now. I have had a massive calorie drop. Like, when I was in my off season, I was building up my calories quite high. So I think we got up to 2,500 calories in my off season, and this is the most successful off season that I've had leading into a prep. So I have very high hopes for this prep and this debut because of the amount of work I've put in this off season, in my reverse diet. I've actually had a lot of time to also go to some social events. I had my birthday, I managed to celebrate with people, I managed to still enjoy food and build my calories really high, but everything was planned. I checked in with my coach every day. I think after shows got cancelled and stuff, I told him that there was going to be maybe 3 or 4 days where I just didn't want to check in, because I basically send my coach my weight every single morning, no matter what happens, you know. So that really keeps me on track. I've literally dedicated every single day to my pro debut and my pro career and just competing in general. Especially as a pro, I really hold myself to a super high standard now, and I feel like there's just not a single day where I'm gonna drop the ball. Every single thing I do is with competing in mind, with my career as an Ifbb pro in mind. In saying that, I believe that in order for me to have a very successful prep, I need to make sure that, you know, my life, my career, relationships, and all that are on track. And I believe that off season is a great time for you to really work on your relationship, work on your friendship, spend time with family, and sometimes that involves food. So what I do is I communicate with my coach with this. Every time I've eaten out, it has been planned. I never have had a day where I just decided I was gonna go off track. Every time that I have ate something that was not within my calories or that I ate out was, like I said, all planned, all for a reason, and generally social, be it like a catch up, just, you know, family stuff, obviously all pre-planned, and we formulate a plan around that. So obviously my birthday, I wanted to have 3 whole days where I'll just be relaxed eating, and I really enjoyed myself for my birthday. I had lots of cake, you know, I went out for like a really nice Indian dinner with my family, spent lots of time with like my family, my partner's family as well, and obviously, you know, me and my fiance had a whole day together, and we managed to like enjoy some burgers together. Also I had friends come over, and we had some fried chicken and more cake, and my chiro gave me an amazing cake. I just had the best birthday this year, considering everything that's happening, and I really enjoyed myself. But all that I feel was essential to me being the best athlete I can be for my prep, because I knew that I have spent the time to let myself feel flexible, you know, having those structured but free days. So I knew that, like, I needed that for myself, for my sanity, but also just to enjoy time with my fiance, with my friends, with my family. And like I said, all that is really important. And in the off season, obviously, when I was eating more, I managed to balance out my hormones really well. I always talk about hunger being a big issue for me. And yeah, because I managed to push my calories up so high, I actually felt really good towards the end. I felt satiated, and I could concentrate on my work more. And I've been working really hard on my business over this corona time. I'm very happy with where it's at. I'm working really hard. I've had days where I've gone 3 weeks straight working every single day without a day off. So, you know, having that time during my birthday to have a full day off and enjoy food, I believe was like really good for me. So, you know, in my off season, I've not only been working on myself, but working on all other areas of my life, which I believe would help me get a better prep. So every single thing I did was calculated, and having the end goal of having the best prep, best pro debut that I possibly could. Basically in the off season, we really started working on my back. I think at one point I was training back like 4 times a week, and then after that, right now we've kind of changed that to a little bit more shoulders, and also I'm starting to bring up my legs again. So for the longest time, my legs were my strength and my upper body was lagging quite a bit, and so I wasn't 100% balanced, and we've been really working on bringing that balance. So I kind of tapered back on my leg training a little bit, but now I'm so excited we get to go super ham on legs again. And so yeah, it's all go. Even though I've started prep and I'm in a big caloric deficit right now, my goal is still to grow my weak body parts whilst getting leaner. So I think I mentioned before that my fiance is also going to be competing, and this will be like our first prep together in a long time. So when I post on Instagram asking like what people want to know about, and like one of the questions were about how is it prepping and being in a relationship. So you know, if you guys like me to share more about that on my channel, I'm happy to do so. I'm gonna see if fiance wants to come on, and maybe we can do like a little Q&A kind of chat thing about what we love and hate about prepping with each other. Like, it certainly is fun to prep with someone, but there's also its ups and downs. So, you know, I'm just really excited for him to fight for his pro card. He's looking so amazing, and for us to like go through this prep together as well. So this prep series will be a bit different. Last prep I did, obviously I was just prepping by myself, and he was so supportive. Through both my Arnold's prep, actually I prep on my own, and he was just there supporting me, and he was so supportive, and I really rely on him a lot for like his opinion on things, and he's just been super amazing. So I'm gonna try my best to be there for him and try to support him as much as I can while still prepping myself. So as of right now, we're in prep. I'm very upset because this morning I had a really bad weigh-in. I've been dieting for 2 days and I've actually gained 400 grams. And that really upsets me because when I was going YOLO during my birthday week, I actually lost a little bit of weight during that time. So, yeah, like my body is betraying me a little bit, but I would like to share this journey with you. And I think if you followed my old journey, you know I talk about this all the time. My body thrives in the off season. I have a super adaptive metabolism. I can get away with eating a lot in the off season, eating a lot of like maybe things that are like not so good on your gut that could possibly make you bloat, things like that. But also calorie wise, my body is very forgiving. I would reach like a certain body fat and then it just kind of doesn't really want to get that much fatter, which is great. I have put on 6 kilos, so I'm aiming to lose about 5 or 5.5 of that, or 6, who knows, to get to my pro debut. So yeah, aiming for 5 at the moment, and I think by the time I reach my last pro show I might actually be 6 kilos down. It really just depends. Ideally I don't want to be the same weight, and the reason for that is because I want to have put on muscle in this time, and a good sign that I put on muscle is obviously being heavier. So my goal is to step on stage 1 kilo heavier than I did at like last Arnold's when I was an amateur, or even just like when I was prepping for my Arnold show, even though I stopped a week out. So my goal is to be heavier than that by 500 grams or 1 kilo. I'll be super happy. Bring that same level of conditioning, and that's my goal. And this time me and coach wants me to come in early, which is why we've been super aggressive with this cut. So it's been 2 days, and my calories have dropped by 700. I was eating 400 grams of carbs, as you all know, and right now I'm eating 230. So yeah, 400 to 230 is a big drop, about like 700 calories, because my fats have dropped as well. Protein has stayed the same. I'm starting to do cardio now 4 times a week. Weight training still 6 days a week. Sometimes I push it to 7, but generally 6 days a week. So that's where I'm at right now. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover in this series, but yeah, this series is going to be pretty similar to season 1. I'm going to show you as much as I can. I'll show you a day in the life, what I eat, how I train, and there'll be a lot of like updates and physique updates and me talking to you about whatever you really want me to talk about. So I did some polls on my Instagram and I have some topics to talk about. A lot of people want me to show more posing, some topics to talk about, such as like choosing the right coach. So yeah, I would like to do all of that for you guys. So comment below and let me know what you'd like to see, and I will show you more of that. But for today, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.